Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Lee Chandler. I will be the moderator for this session. Thanks for joining this Alliance for Action webinar to support the coconut industry. The topic of today will be focused on value-added products derived from coconut husk and coconut peat. We would like to begin by thanking our donors and partners, especially the European Union, the CARIFORUM Directorate, the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, or ACPS, Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, CARIDI, and important regional partners, and in particular, the international coconut community for facilitation of the estimated speakers. Today, we have with us a cadre of speakers, well-renowned speakers who are specialized in these areas highlighted. And 1 minute. I would also like to invite Dr. Jalfina from ICC for a few words. Thank you. We'll start with that. She's from ICC.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Thank you, Mr. Brian, for this great opportunity, and distinguished invited resource speakers and participants from several different countries, and Mr. William, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to welcome and thank to the 165 registrants from several different countries to join virtually the second webinar organized by International Trade Center and in collaboration with International Coconut Community on coconut coir and activated carbon product development. I hope this webinar, through this webinar, there will be rising in awareness that coconut husk and coconut shell can be visibly processed into a variety of marketable and profitable products, and that a market demand for coconut husk and shell-based products is increasing, and projections of future growth are stronger. So the global import of activated carbon from 2011 to 2020 grew at a CAGR of 1.8%. Then the importers of activated carbon include US, Japan, Germany, South Korea, and Belgium, and other countries, while export of coir products, especially from India from 2008 to 2021, grew at a CAGR of 15.8%. And China, USA, and Netherlands are the main destination of the product. So I hope we can take these market opportunities, and I hope also that today's webinar inspires ideas and discussion around the development of business plans for coconut shell and husk-based products for the local and global markets, for benefit of our beloved coconut farmers and their family and the community, and also supporting the resilient and sustainable coconut industry. Thank you so much. Stay healthy and safe. Over to you, Mr. Brian.
Well, thank you very much, Jalfina, for giving such a nice overview. Our speakers today are in order. Mr. Chetiya Dharmadasa. I'm not so good at the pronunciations of the names because of my native tongue, but I hope I do justice. Chetiya Dharmadasa.
Yes, correct.
Mr. Mahendran. And thirdly, Radhakrishnan. Forgive me if I give your name injustice, but just bear with us. And the floor is yours, Mr. Chetiya. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Brian. And good morning to all. And good evening from Sri Lankan and Asian countries. And Mr. William, can you share the video, please? The presentation, please. Yes. Thank you. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Chetiya Dharmadasa from HAYCARB PLC, and the company is located in Sri Lanka, and leading company in activated carbon business. So I will go through the presentation. Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear you. Thank you.
I will go through the presentation. Mr. William, could you please help me, right? So HAYCARB company is a subsidiary of Hayleys Group, and Hayleys Group is a leading company in Sri Lanka, established in 1878, and Hayleys generate that 4.4% of Sri Lankan export earnings. And our business is having marketing facilities in Asia, Australia, Europe, and USA mainly. And the group revenue in 2021 fiscal year, it's around 1.2 billion USD. So, and the employee capacities in our company is around 30,000 odd people, employees. So, and the Hayleys is most diversified company in Sri Lanka, and it's having different marketing and different manufacturing and different services. These are some examples. It's having agriculture products, agri-products, and aviations, and power and energy, transportation, logistics, and there are a lot. So these are some examples to get some knowledge about the Hayleys PLC Sri Lanka. And the HAYCARB is one of the leading subsidiary of Hayleys Group, and our vision is to be the global brand for the coconut activated carbon in providing for water purification and renewable customer. That HAYCARB PLC is mainly based on 4 pillars, that is customer centric, technical excellence, innovation, and the green. So customer centric, it is the main one pillar of our business, and approach to business enriched value to our culture of organization. Technical excellence is technical excellence is one of the other main pillar of our business strategy. The innovation, it's generating ideas and new techniques to the business, and all about is the other part is the green, that it's we are trying to do as much as possible environmental friendly products. HAYCARB company established in 1973 with 700 metric ton per annum production capacity, and current production capacity is over 55,000 metric ton per year. And we have 6 production facilities, 2 in Sri Lanka, 2 in Thailand, and 2 in Indonesia. And we are marketing our products in Thailand, Australia, UK, USA, South Africa, especially. Our turnover in 2021 is around 128 million USD. these are the our manufacturing locations. 2 factories in Indonesia, in Sulawesi Island, and 2 factories in Sri Lanka, and 2 factories in Thailand. Total production capacity will be around 55,000 metric ton per annum. So this is about the global network of HAYCARB PLC. The main office is located in Sri Lanka, and there, as I explained earlier, there are 6 manufacturing locations in 3 countries. And the other, we have that blue color, you can see that distributors and the HAYCARB subsidiaries, HAYCARB Private Limited in UK, HAYCARB Holding Australia, Carbocan, Shusuka, that there are HAYCARB subsidiaries companies in all over the world. So let me give you a video that it's about, this is about the this is about manufacturing coconut shell charcoal by using coconut shell. I can explain the video when after the video. William?
Yes, please, Mirdula, if you can please share the video from your side.
Hi, everyone. Just to note, the videos will be uploaded to KRD's and ITC's website and YouTube channel for review at a later date. Thank you. Hi, there is no sound to the video. I'm not sure what's going on your end. Perhaps you could see if there's a mute button on or not. Chetiya? Chetiya, the audience is not hearing the audio. Could you?
It's
see from your end if there's the mute button on or if it is too low or something?
It's sharing from Mr. William, I think, right?
No, it's from Chetiya's end.
You can maybe explain that video.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
So actually, this is about HAYCARB group, that processing of charcoal to activated carbon. So this is processing charcoal. I will explain later. There's a separate video clip for that. And this is corporate video HAYCARB group that you can go through by www.haycarb.com.
Chetiya, can you put the link into the chats for our the audience so that they can refer to it at a later date?
Sorry, Ms. Ryan.
Can you put the link to the video? If there is a link in the chat so that the audience can view it at a later date. Thanks.
Sorry.
Yes, Mr. Chetiya, I put back the slides, so maybe we will share the video after the presentation, and so like this, the participants can see it with the sound and everything.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I will explain about before I am going into the activated carbon, I need to explain about coconut shell charcoal. So coconut shell charcoal is made by using that shell, coconut shell. It is having now, when you get a fresh coconut, it is having by weight, it is having 20% of the coconut weight, it's having the coconut shell. So we are getting that coconut shell to produce activated carbon. But before produced activated carbon, that you must have carbonization process to get it as charcoal. So the carbonization process that I have linked a separate video clip that I will explain when the video is on, right? So the after we getting that activate as coconut shell charcoal, that we can produce the activated carbon. That first of all, we must know that what is activated carbon. That activated carbon is any material, that any carbonized material that you can use, you can have that highly porous inside the material. So that is, you can use as activated carbon. That coconut shell is good for producing activated carbon, because that coconut shell is hard material and it is having that very tiny porous structure inside the shell. So, and the coconut shell is relatively cheap raw material. So those are the benefit that coconut shells to produce activated carbon. So this is some sketch diagram that to get some idea about the porous inside the activated carbon particle. That you can see that's tiny porous inside the shell. That it's mainly we divided into three main categories by the diameter of the porous. So macroporous is coming 60 to 10,000 nanometers. mesopause is coming 3 to 60 nanometers, and micropause coming less than 3 nanometers. So coconut shell is especially good for producing activated carbon because of that. Microporous is the main structure of the particle. So this is a microscope view of activated carbon that I have added another 2 slides to get some idea how that porous coming, because that activated carbon means actually having the large areas, large surface area inside the particle. So you can see the next slide that porous, the magnified, these are the tiny pores inside the activated carbon. This is the magnified electron magnified pores of. Now from the coconut shell charcoal that to manufacture to activated carbon, there are a set of process from the raw material coconut shell coming up to baggaging of activated carbon. So mainly we can divide this process into 3 main categories that we call pre-activation, activation, and post-activation. So pre-activation is mainly doing that charcoal granulars into different sizes, and those granular charcoal we put into the activation kiln. Activation is the main process in manufacturing activated carbon. So activation means that developing that porous inside the charcoal. So that is the main process in activated carbon process. So how we can make that tiny porous inside the charcoal is that we there are different methods to make that porous, but we are using thermal activation method. But some people are using chemical activation method also, but in HAYCARB we are using thermal activation method. That for activation, the energy to that activation is to make coconut shell charcoal into activated carbon, that you need high temperature and steam and air. Those are the 3 main inputs in the activation process. So after activation, that we can collect activated carbon into bins, and we have to keep it cooling because that inside the activation kiln, it's having high temperature. So for after activation, that we must cool the material and then go into the post-activation process. Post-activation is actually a process that activated carbon produced based on the customer requirements. So it is having that crushing, screening. Some customers request that pH adjustments, some more purified carbon. So those are coming under post-activation process. This is very rough sketch of the process of manufacturing activated carbon. And applications of activated carbon is mainly for water treatment, water treatment is coming different categories: wastewater treatment, industrial water treatment, ultra pure, potable water treatment, such. The other main application of activated carbon is purification, air or gas purification. So solvent recovery, carbon dioxide purification, like that. So gold industry also use that activated carbon to separate that gold from the mine. And as a special products, activated carbon is for use for pharmaceutical industry, chemical processing, cigarette filters, and nuclear stations, power stations, like that. The modern activated carbon applications are energy storing, like in battery carbons, like that. So these are the applications of activated carbon. So, Mr. William, I think we have missed one video related to that charcoal processing. Is it possible to play?
Yes, Mr. Chetiya, maybe let's share the link with the participants, and then when we do the Q&A session, the technical session, we can look at the video together.
Okay, right. I will. Yeah. So that is from my side, and I will share the link of the charcoal processing video when the meeting is going on.
Thank you very much, Chetiya Dharmadasa, for such a wonderful presentation with regards to the process of activated charcoal and its several applications. It was fantastic. I learned a lot, and I'm sure that the participants will have a lot of questions to ask you later in this presentation. Thank you. We'll move over to the next presenter, Mr. Mahendran, who would give his presentation. May I remind you again, audience, that the material here and the video here would be posted in Charity's YouTube link, as well as ITC's. Mr. Mahendran, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can William display my presentation, please? Dr. Jelfina, Mr. Brian Lee Chandler, the participants from the Caribbean, African countries, and other partners, and members of the ICC Secretariat. Good morning to you all, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Mahendran. I am the Chief Executive of Lanktrad International Limited, which is 38 years old. And I am also the President of the Sri Lanka Coir and Allied Products Manufacturers Association for the last 5 years. So let's go into the next slide. The objectives of the paper here today is to introduce the husk-based process sector in Sri Lanka and to identify the production and marketing potential of coir and husk-based products. Next slide, please. Yeah. Now in Sri Lanka, we produce between 2.8 to 3 billion nuts annually, and we are the fourth largest producer of coconuts in the world. Sri Lanka is one of the main coconut fiber producers in the world. Sri Lanka is the best producer of bristle fiber. Fiber exports contribute substantially towards the export earnings of the country. Large-scale commercial operations of the industry is confined to the Coconut Triangle from Puttalam to Kurunegala to Colombo. You can see the map later. And in the southern province, it is a cottage industry. Here you can see the map where Puttalam is, Kurunegala and Colombo. They are in the western province, and all major manufacturers are in that area who are involved in kernel-based products and also fiber-based products. As I told you, at the bottom you will see the cottage industry, as I mentioned earlier. Today, total land area under cultivation of coconut is around 440,538 hectares. Out of these, 75% of the plantations belong to smallholders, whereas only 25% of the plantations are owned by estate-owned and by state and private owners. As I mentioned earlier again, majority of the plantations are concentrated within the three districts, Puttalam, Colombo, Kurunegala, known as Coconut Triangle. Market. This industry mainly provides two types of exportable inputs, namely coconut fiber and coconut fiber pith. Initially, the industry survived selling bristle fiber and mattress fiber, while the pith had no value. However, since the turn of the century, the pith too has become an important raw material in agriculture by replacing the peat moss. Yeah. Domestic fiber industries considered. According to the CDA, the Coconut Development Authority, more than 1,000 fiber mills with different capacities operate in the country. Out of that, the number one is the best one, the traditional nail drum pair. Second is the defibering machine. Then we have DI machines, D1 machines, and decorticators. At the moment, the most popular ones are the decorticators, which produce a combination of fibers, that is the combination of bristle fiber and mattress fiber, as well as pith. Fiber extracting processes. The milling process using the traditional Ceylon nail drum turns the husk into fiber and pith. Apart from aiding the separation of fibers, the pith threading process also improves the strength of the fiber, especially the bristle fiber. Pattern of utilization. Locally, we consume about 10%, and we export as finished products about 25%. But as raw materials, we are exporting as much as 65%. Income for year 2020 was $214.12 million. And this represents 32% of total coconut product export earnings. Now we come to the husk-based products. What it is? We have mattress fiber, 71,604 tons, bristle fiber, 1,231, twisted fiber, which is a mixture of mattress and homemade fiber, 30,733. Then we have finished products, Coir, 993 tons, Coir twine, 7,268 tons, Coir pith, 38,526 tons. Then Tawashi brushes, 24,879,000 million pieces. Brooms and brushes are 15,610,000. Mats and rugs, 325,122. square meters. Geotextiles 4,233 metric tons. Husk chips 6,896 metric tons. Rubberized coir pads and mattresses for bedding 667,522 pieces. Molded coir products for use in horticulture. This is mostly coir and possibly husk chips. 272,520 metric tons. Then I have the composition of coconut. You can see the wet basis as well as dry basis. Husk is about 49% of the weight, or 330 grams. Kernel is 182 grams, or 27%. Shell is 155 grams, or 23%. Moisture is about 1%. Now the coconut husk segmentation of the coconut fiber industry. The coconut husk, when it goes through the milling operation, is divided into 3 components. One is mattress fiber, number 2 is coir pith, number 3 is bristle fiber. Now this is possible only with our Ceylon traditional nail drum. And once again, composition of husk, if you take by weight from the husk, 9.09% is the bristle fiber, mattress fiber is 18.18%, fiber pith is 72.73%. And when you compare the both fibers together, 33% bristle fiber, 67% is. Now we go into the next slide. Uniqueness of Sri Lankan coconut fiber. The unique technique used for extraction of fiber helps to produce the longest. It doesn't produce, it extracts, and also contributes to the exclusive quality of our products. I'm referring to the finished products that Sri Lanka exports, which have a very lucrative market all over the world. There are 2 main fiber and white fiber, and Sri Lanka is the #1 brown fiber exporter because most of the husks are allowed to soak in water probably for 4 to 6 weeks. That makes the husk easier for extraction, and also it turns the fiber into a golden brown color. Now we go to the products, products. We have on the left side, you can see the doormats, rugs, floor coverings, and on the right, you can see the brush mats. These are brushes made on wire and fitted into wire frames to make them to be used as brush mats. And these are ideal during winter because it easily removes all the dirt from your boots. Then the next slide is coir fiber pots and hanging baskets. We did this again. All right. You can see the pots, hanging baskets, which are made with the rubberized coir. Then you get the coir poles and coir pots. Pots are again made with coir fiber, which are rubberized and vulcanized. Then you get a moisture retainer, weed mat. You can see moisture retainer is kept just around the base of the plant so that the moisture from the ground doesn't evaporate easily. Then you have got geotextiles. These are used in embankments to avoid soil erosion, and because they are eco-friendly and biodegradable, they have no impact on the environment. So this is another popular product which has ample usage all over the world. The next slide is William, please. There's a Coir blankets, rubberized Coir, I have told you. These are, of course, used all over the world for making mattresses. Now we have a set of household cleaning brushes, which are made with bristle fiber and very popular wherever it's being sold. The name Tawashi is of Japanese origin. In Japan, it's known as Tawashi, and the Japanese are the ones who gave us this technology once they moved into the electronic era. So we continue to supply it to Japan and many other countries. Coir, twine, and rope, as you know, what it can do is always ways to for plants to grow, and they are strong enough to withstand. Now we come to the brooms. These are all made with bristle fiber, and the wood stock is of treated rubber wood, which are also freely available in Sri Lanka, and that's the main timber that is allowed to be used for commercial purposes. Thank you, William. Yeah, Coir substrate industry is a new industry. As I told you earlier, this began at the turn of the century, and it has basically replaced the peat moss substantially, and is a natural biodegradable byproduct of the coconut fiber extraction process. Its unique qualities such as quick water absorption and retention, better aeration, fertilizer retention, resistance to moisture and temperature differences, etc., has made it to be widely used in agricultural applications as a growing medium around the world. This eco-friendly, sustainable, and renewable product is the best low-cost alternative available for peat moss. Yes. Yeah, William, please. We have grow bags here, planter bags here, and again you can see some plants are growing in the growing medium. Then you have Coir pit discs, planter cubes, and again you have the images of plants growing in planter bags or grow bags. And these are wonderful products because they are all natural and biodegradable. Yeah, William, can you go? Yes. These are cocopeat bricks, because cocopeat is a voluminous commodity, and for cheap transportation, they are made into compressed into bricks, and when you apply water in them, they expand to as much as 7 times the volume of a brick. The same with the cocopeat bales, house tube bales. These are also compressed so that the transport cost is minimized, and they go with the guaranteed moisture content, so that the maximum usage facilities for the farmers. Yes, Sri Lanka coconut. We have sufficient quantity of raw material throughout the year and the best trained and dedicated staff in all kinds of production. You can see kernel products, fiber-based products, and so on. So we now come to the strength of the industry. Ours is over a 200-year-old industry, and our strength is availability of skilled labor from inception of the industry. Then the other advantage we have is it's close to the Port of Colombo, which is now fitted with the latest facilities. Other strength is demand for finished products made with eco-friendly. Brazil fiber has excellent prospect to replace synthetic fiber products in the international market, because these products are biodegradable and preferred by everyone, although they don't have the appeal like the synthetic fibers in different colors and different textures. They definitely can replace the entire synthetic fiber product market. Well, we have a few weaknesses. The nail drum, as I told you, has a problem with risk in operation. Then most of the machines that have been installed, machines have not been replaced, and there is also a labor shortage for traditional method, especially the coconut growing area, because those people have other earning avenues. We have opportunities. China is continuing to be the major buyer for fiber raw materials, including Cocopeat. There's a growing demand for natural fiber for automobile industry. Very high demand in the international market to substitute peat pulse for horticulture industry. And for threats, we are going to look at the neighbor. India has developed new technologies and they have surpassed Sri Lankan production. We also see Vietnam, Indonesia, and Philippines who have stepped in the industry. There are problems of environmental pollution. We also see, as there has been no, the world trade has slumped after the COVID problem. And we also find that less attention by the government to uplift the sector. Poor attention by the stakeholders themselves on the sector. I will now come to the way forward for Sri Lanka. Take advantage of the fact that all fiber-based products are eco-friendly. Now, I have found myself eco-friendly is now marketed as plastic-free. There's a new category of products which claims that they are free of plastic, because people have come to understand that plastic is no more popular. So it means that we have a new opportunity that we should take into account. Then we need to develop new products and penetrate into new markets with value-added finished products. Maximize, as I told you, nearly 65% of the fiber is being exported as raw materials. So we need to engage in R&D and develop new products. The next one is to maximize the use of the available husk into bristle fiber, mattress fiber, and pitch to meet increase in demand. Prioritize products for export on the basis of their value addition from raw materials. Then the next one is to improve the efficiency and safety features of the traditional fiber extraction method to reduce the wastage and valuable bristle fiber, the form of mixed fiber being obtained from other processes. Because when you talk about mixed fiber, it is mattress fiber, which is also very cheap, but high value bristle fiber going into that, making it also equivalent to mattress fiber. Thus, it's being used for purposes that are purposes where mattress fiber is used. So the use of the mixed fiber for other manufacturers, such as brushes or brooms, does not take place. Engage in R&D to convert those raw materials into value-added finished products suitable for the international markets. In order to maximize the usage of the husk, establish cottage level extraction of fiber and encourage the manufacturing in other coconut growing areas. Finally, I would say, with demand for coconut kernel products and fiber products in the international markets, it is imperative that we aggressively engage in coconut plantation to be able to maximize our exports and at the same time provide gainful employment to the Sri Lankans. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahendran. Has been very informative about the different derivatives that can be derived from the coconut core and the coconut husk, and your overview of the industry and its potential to meet local demand and international demand. I know also, thank you very much. I now also invite to the platform Mr. Radhakrishnan to give his overview on the coconut husk, how it can impact on the community and the value it serves for the international community as well. The floor is yours, Mr. Radhakrishnan. Thank you.
Namaste. So let me pray for all of you, wherever you are staying here during this pandemic situation. So praying Almighty to be safe, all of you, for the better world through this type of global villaging through this technology. And also respected organizers and higher officials of ICC and ITC, Mr. William or Mr. Vanley, and the respected viewers of this wonderful webinar all around the world who are sitting far from us, but heartily we are one, we are friends and brotherhoodness. And the participants, the respected viewers of this wonderful event, good morning and good afternoon and good evening. Together, have a nice day and wonderful day with this waste to wealth material, as well as we are protecting the Mother Earth. So it is also a concept of health also. So under this Ministry of MSME, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises governed by Government of India, and altogether the Coir Board and Central Coir Research Institute, and I am representing National Coir Training and Design Center. So I thank all of you for giving me this opportunity to interact all of you. And as you well aware about the coconut tree, which is known as Kalpavriksha in Sanskrit. It is a heavenly tree. Each and every part from the root to the top and leaves, whatever it may be. So it is also helping livelihood for 10 million people, especially in India, at least another 10 million people, maybe in all the new areas, untapped areas, then millions of people for their livelihoods and self-employment, as well as the income generation. As far as coir industry concerned, that coconut has the agro waste from the coconut, outer shell of the coconut, the agro product. And we can also utilize more than 400 varieties of coconut products. As the other respected speakers also explain in very well, So thank you for all of them for the great informations to all of us. And as for the statistics, India's coconut production and the industrial thing, the second position compared to Indonesia. Also helping 500,000 people directly and 500,000 people indirectly. So let me share my screen. So let me share my screen. Okay. So welcome all the respected viewers. So importance of coconut husk and coir based products and criteria for setting up a potential coir industry. Definitely, I am very sorry to say within 20 minutes, I don't know how to explain. At least one slide, it will take 1 hour to explain during my classes. So I am Radhakrishnan, Assistant Director, National Coir Training and Design Center, Coir Board Government of India, Alappuzha District of Kerala, Southern India. So as I said earlier, India is the second largest production of coconut after Indonesia with an annual production of 12,597 million nuts approximately, and also 50 million hectares of land, employs 500,000 workers, 80% are women. That is a specialty of this industry. And coconut is, what is actually, it is a miracle fruit, has satisfied man's hunger and purged his thirst, also helping him build in his first shelter, protection against the vagaries of heat, cold, rain, whatever it may be, against wild animals also. Coconut is zero waste product. Every part of has commercial use and value. It is sustainable and an excellent natural resource that has produced one commercially viable after another. So what is the importance of coconut husk and its products? 100% natural, because the world, the entire world, we are actually made our Mother Earth in particular polluted Mother Earth. But can we imagine if anybody can kill our mother? So the nature also mother, as far as Indian culture and as far as world thinking about that, the natural product without harming the environment and the earth for the next generation, coming generation. So it is biodegradable, eco-friendly, environmental friendly, durable, low cost, helping 8 million people for their livelihood all around the things, in direct and indirect way, together all other countries. So that new countries also to be coming. Actually, it is not a threat, because you see 730 crores are living. Whoever may be, whatever may be the export, share, hardly 2 crores are end users. So there remain crores and crores of men are waiting for that. So helping, generating an amount of indigenous and export market for all countries, those who are actually the plantations are available, the coconut trees are thrive. So indigenous and export market all over the world. So we are welcome, we are one family, together, hand in hand, but with little bit competition for a new product for the world. And it has its own medicinal value. Research reveals that nutrition value, economic value, health products, commercial products, industrial applications, domestic utilizations, farming technology, renewable resources. That is the speciality of this waste material. So this is without the coconut tree, without the particular tree, there is no question of coir industry at all. So the raw material is outer husk portion, the natural helmet to protect the nut. And we can also convert it into the fiber from the embedded pith and other materials, tannin, pectin, lignin, so many chemical compounds are there. Due to lack of time, I am actually cut short to the thing. But whenever we can produce 1 kg of fiber, 2 kg of other waste material that is called cocopeat, the highly porosity value, the highly corrosive tissues in the world for using hortifloriculture around the world. So this is the scope of our business. And The husk is used for the best natural organic growing media. It is a raw material of soil for production. The coconut husk can give growth and helping the plant to then absorb nutrients more effectively. Because imagine the root of any sapling or plant or germinated things, the root is never drink the water or take the food like as it is or animal. But it is the moisture content and the cell-to-cell transmission is going to up to 200 feet or 200 meters of height material from the root only. So the moisture content is important. We are making the manure system means whatever we are putting the soil, the conditioning of soil with the aeration with the help of this waste material, not compared to any other kind of material. The husk also used to produce a number of important products. That is the importance of husk. You see, we can make 2-ply yarn, 3-ply yarn, and baskets, pots, matting, creepers, and non-woven materials, geocells, like that. And advantages of this: supply of adequate moisture to the plant. If we are using any waste material, it is actually zero waste industry. What are the waste in the factory we can actually collect and we can make one product. And again, if any waste is there, we can also make it another type of product. So for what purpose? It supply the adequate moisture to the plant. If you are using horti and floriculture, it will soak up water and prevents water retention and balance other minerals also. Maintain good temperature for plants and maintain good pH for the plant. Reduce fungal growth in plant compared to any other material. It is 100% natural, eco-friendly, biodegradable, low cost, soil conditioner, easy recyclable, and hence environmental friendly material. Used as biofuel and source of charcoal also. 400 varieties of coconut coir products can be made by 1 million people for their livelihood or self-employment opportunity for income generation, as I said earlier. So cocoa chips, cocopeat, coir fiber, and cocoa crush, which is the best natural organic growing media in one world for potting to grow plants and flowers. Coconut can give a growth boost to boost to the plant and help them absorb nutrition more effectively. It gives good soil enriched to the plants by decomposing very quickly. It can be used for cultivation of several vegetables. And it is also antimicrobial effect. And the Cocoa nocifera, actually the research reveals during 2014, 2013, after 2010 also in different places, universities, in pharmacologists, as the Cocoa nocifera contains catechin and epicatechin. And it is also used during our 2008 to 2009 period, some experimental basis acts, anti-malarial drug from this thing. So these are the ventures actually revealed through research. So that is also, we have to consider not only the domestic and industrial or engineering application products, but this type of things also to be considered for our next generation of works. So coconut fiber and extraction of fiber and drying yard, coir baling, and 30 to 120 kg bales also available for cargoing and logistic purpose. So this is one small machine which developed by Central Coir Research Institute for extraction coir fiber from the either dry coconut husk as well as green husk also, without soaking, even without any factory, even roadside also we can move from one place to another place with the help of 10 HP output power of diesel engine or electrical power of tonnaging or tiller or tractor, whatever may be, the shaft is run to 2000 RPM. That's all. And it is actually due to severe thrashing of the material. And this is actually happening in our everyday day-to-day life with the laborers. The labor force is actually manipulating with this de-husking first, and manually it was done by our women. But nowadays it is also developed different kinds of machinery. So the production is actually mechanical means. These are different machineries available for this type of industry now. So we need not to, if any person, if economically backward person can also do this business with, as far as India concerned, in Kerala, southern part of India, the coastal belt of Kerala, by hand they are making 2-ply. So without any machinery, without electricity, nothing is there, no plant, no machinery, no land also, except the veranda of small hut. So 50 rupees, $50, you can make the industry because they can convert the fiber into 2-ply yarn as an industrial product or other value addition for getting $2. So this is from that thing, and 5,000 million also invested with the integrated coconut products with all varieties of production for export quality and indigenous market also. So these are different kinds of machine, decorticator, screener, and pith black machines with the help of hydraulic pressure. And these are another thing, one place to another place, even roadside, wherever the material available, we can process the husk, and we are getting, if it is 2,000, if it is 3,000 or more than that, we can also give this machine for 2 or 3 days, and the village people can take this opportunity with the help of Grama Panchayat or other municipalities to clean the wastage, because
Grama Panchayat outras
so depends upon the actually very mentoring of Clean India. So Swachh Bharat is actually going on. Wherever the waste material is there, we can convert it into a value addition with the help of machineries available and the mobility also. So the ladies also can done one small unit within their limited financial resources. You see, another different machines, crushing. If it is too dry husk, it can be powder like anything with a buster machine, and it is goes to through conveyor or by manual operation or tractor or whatever it may be to the decorticating machine, and the same fiber can be made as it is the baling condition for transportation. Otherwise, the same factory, the allied factory also there adjacent to them, so they are making for slivering or double-headed spinning machine automatically. Then after that, if the buyer is actually asking natural or synthetic coloring material, the modern dye house also we are giving, and we are also imparting each and every step for training for develop the skill upgradation. So different varieties of screeners are there for making omat fiber separated from omitted fiber and waste fiber to the best quality of coconut pith. And the manual operation, single operated machines also available, or single household woman can utilize the chance. And automatic cooperative societies and a group of people also having 10 to 12 machineries at a time, or one automatic spinning machine with one room of any small unit of house under PMEGP, Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program of India. So likewise, some small, ladies cooperative societies and self-help groups can run this type of 1, 2, 3 machines at a time for 5 people together for their livelihood as well as the bank. And we are also offering for ladies first 35% of subsidy or financial assistance through different kinds of schemes. You see, this is pneumatically operated metallic loom. So the drudgery of work can be minimized, and ladies friendly machines also available, and clean entity. They can put their saris or whatever in the clothes and other thing without any interference or dislocation. Easily they can manufacture the item, as well as the automatic spinning machines as well as automatic looms also available for making different varieties of loom mats loom mattings, carpets, marsuits, and geotextile, etc. So this is another machine, high productive geotextile machine developed by Center of Coir Research Institute, and different varieties of netting for civil engineering purpose and soil conditioner also available. So it was the item, but unfortunately, next slide I have to go. I will play later. So you see another venture, Coir wood, because our forestation, each and every moment of our life, lakhs and lakhs of hectares of land or forest is actually vanishing. So what about the carbon? Everybody is concerned about the biocarbon system, and we are afraid of that. Less oxygen, more carbon dioxide. What is the remedy? We are cut short the forest every day for our selfish purpose. But what is the remedy? Coir, because it is a waste and renewable material, renewable source. So we can manufacture all the home appliances as coir wood, equivalent to teak wood or mahogany, whatever it may be, the world-class wood. The purpose we can utilize, knock out furniture, and we can also make the same fiber without much investment by village people. In Assam, we are also taking one advantage of one village. The village people also actually trained by us, and they are ready to make Janata mattress with natural material. So it is some kind of Ayurveda mixture with fiber. Even the old age people or children or any other patients can utilize the medicated mattress. Otherwise, we can also convert the mattress in huge quantity, abundant quantity for export as well as indigenous market for 1 to 10 crore people. They are eagerly waiting for this thing. That is the new market. And now, after the floods, how can we stop everything? We are also making the lampshade for printing with the computer system. You see, there are different varieties of frame mats, loom mats, and non-woven mats also, rough and tough and smooth variety. Novel variety is exporting, including tender coconut husk also we can process. And another variety, we can make the greenhouses and the composite boards, as well as mulching covers, different kinds of waste material, that cocoa logs. And different kinds of brushes available. The base material is always wooden material, because imagine 500 crores of material every year dumping to the earth. Imagine after 10 years, more than 50,000 crores of stems are actually keeping here for another 3,000 years without degradable energy. So we must use this type of degradable item for our everyday day-to-day use, and as well as it is also one of the good market, and we can clean our surfaces, clean our premises with the biodegradable item to save our environment and earth. Not only for that, according to All India Medical Science Institute, and the researchers also find out a solution whenever we are touching with the rough and tough material. So the important internal, organs will activate through the meridian of acupressure points. So we are making rough and tough material like this type of frame mats with the coir. It is not like a silk. It is not a Kashmiri carpet like that, the famous carpet industries. So it is so smooth, but now we are offering like a rock type of material whenever we are touching with the foot. So corresponding nerves will activate to blood circulation, as well as activating the nerve end for activating the particular part of Indian organism and body. And the criteria, whenever we are set up any industry, not only coir industry, but we are talking about that important factors to be considered. You see, what is our product? First, 400 varieties of products are there, but we need not to start at a time all products. No, 1 or 2 according to our thing. Then what are the considerations? The product, which product you want to manufacture, and availability of raw material, whether it is very far from the raw material, it is not a viable unit, and demand for the product, whether the particular product is demand or near future, then only we can consider that product. Otherwise, change and the market opportunities. If it is very neighbor or next market to the indigenous system or export order also there, consider to start up an industry, whether it is small tiny unit or huge jumbo jet unit like that. Invest cost of production. What is the investment cost? What is the input to be done? And availability of finance software, either on or banking or any other schemes or government support or cooperative business from others or buyers consortiums which they are offering. So consider all the options and competition and competition from others. Previous experience, knowledge, qualifications and skill needed. So acquire that if it is not there. Otherwise, very difficult. We are always independent others. And the location of the production, planned machinery, power which is required, road connectivity. If it is not connected to road, how we can make a very big, giant container load? So it is not so possible. So we must consider all these points: road connectivity and transportation, appropriate skilled men, and proper planning, organizing, staffing, everything very important. Direction, coordination, and budget, and rules and regulations of the particular country, wherever it may be. In India and other countries, maybe vary from the rules and regulations of this type of material, and the pollutions, and the choice of advertisement. Whatever we are producing, the other world is not knowing means awareness to be must create through advertisement and what are the capacity to advise everything. So some parties are actually doing the advertisement and awareness machinery for at least 30 to 35% of their turnover, because the world is aware, the brand, everything, and awareness creation, promotional activities like branding, etc. The capacity of a production, manufacturing, land and plant, what are the machinery, technology, equipments needed, the number of staff, skilled manpower, the period, package, storage of raw materials in particular end product, how to manage the waste products for recycling, the pollution rate, hazardous material, if any, if you are getting, avoid that thing, because then only we can say 100% natural product. Yeah, the other side of the person, the buyers are eagerly waiting for such a product. Even the number is less, but they are waiting for such a product. So ensure them we are giving 100% natural product, and it will never hazardous to the environment. And maintaining always the quality parameters and brand options, provisions for well-being of workers. Don't forget about that. They are the backbone of our things, not only buyers, not only the managers, the workers also. So the well-being of workers also consider the good quality of a very good firm and their safety. Flow of raw material, ensure the flow of raw material, not only that, money, marketing system. So it is the very good criteria for potential coir industry. Good relations with the employees as much as customers and the officials, those who are actually in part of our business. And you see the application, civil engineering and other soil conservation applications of coir, geotextile, and manufactured by the left side machineries by pneumatic system, a versatile machine. It is everybody knows a smooth sea never made a skillful sailor. A newcomer definitely will be the best captain on that for the sailing thing with the stormy sea. So the ocean, it will never be a smooth thing. So be careful about that. Become the best captain on that to reach at very good and safety destination. And you can also search in the thing according to your strength, your strategy. You can also wait for that for something. The right side that signals also, if you can jump and reach the destination. Otherwise, anyway, rules and regulations you make bottleneck, but at last you have to be there. Otherwise, wait and see. And a little bit gap is there. You go there and again you can go straight and reach at the destination. Anyway, you have to be there, the good registration. So within the short span of time, let me conclude. You can also contact the Secretary Coir Board, Kochi, 16 Kerala, South India, or the Director Central Coir Research Institute, Coir Board, PO Kalavur, Alappuzha district of Kerala, South India. And it is also one mistake is there, the capital C is put on, but the small letter ccri.coirboard@gmail.com, 0477-2258-094 our landline number. Definitely we will help you because we are one. The world as a family, we are the Coir family, and we can come together, think together, work together for the better world. And considering our natural as well as our country's condition and everything. Coir is green business, environmentally responsible and sustainable. Thank you very much for your patient hearing and give me golden opportunities. Thank you, Mahendran Madam and Jalfina Madam and ITC organizers as well as ICC members and altogether the viewers. Thank you very much. And let me share the videos, please.
Thank you, Mr. Radhakrishnan. That was a very well put together.
Coir processing video. Let me play. Yes. So it is a small device indigenously made for geotextile and to shaft matting.
Sorry, we can still don't see it.
It is not.
Maybe you need to select the other screen.
Okay. This one, sir.
Correct.
Are
yes.
you sure?
Yes,
Now
correct.
it is viewable? Okay.
Yes.
It is an ordinary metallic loom and it is actually PVC tufting. So more than 1,000 crore rupees, we are earning actually 10,000 million rupees. It is high-speed machine, indigenously developed. So the PVC, the base material is actually the real side of the machine. And we are pouring with the wiper for maintaining the 3 mm, below 3 mm base material. And it is actually punched to the looping effect. And it is come another side for 12 meters length with the help of thermic fluid. And it can cure, and we can also brush it. The unwanted other protruding ends will remove, and the CNC machine we can cut the different shapes and the buyer's choice sizes and everything in abundant quantity. So it is a continuous process, PVC tufting coir rolls, and this is the preparatory process. Before that, each and every yarn, the particular brush yarns, through a hole we are actually connecting to the back side of the machine and the roller, and it is rotating 200 meters at a time we can load, and whenever it is reducing the size we can join together for continuous operation. So except the blade condition, we can run the machine without any breakage for throughout 1 week or 2 weeks, etc. So depends upon the availability and the size of the material. And it is movable blade. It is actually cutting for the looping portion, and the shearing action will help to get at least 12 mm height, pile height. And it is also punched to the base material, melted PVC, and it is rolled like anything. And we can also clean the material and cut the material as per the buyer's choice and specifications. And we can also make the stenciling with the novel designs, coloring, everything with this material. And it is also having the shearing and trimming the sides and all. It is called coloring the things, stenciling plates, as well as automatic machines also available with the technology upgradation. So this is actually dry shed of coir pith collection, sunlight we are using, otherwise we are wasting the valuable energy. And we can make some kind of grow slabs for horticulture and floriculture, as well as exporting to the other countries. And with the help of different kinds of parameters of EC and salinity, whatever it may be, everything should be in particular manner according to the buyer's choice. So the customer side, we are also transporting the material with baling 30 kg to ranging up to 120 kg per bale for logistic purpose and transportation. with the help of hydraulic press, we can make 100 kg, 120 kg material at a time compressed with this thing. This is another procedure of making pith block of two-headed pith block of 5 kg compression with the help of hydraulic system. And we are exporting as it is. Otherwise, we can also laminate it to avoid any kind of moisture content or extraneous material. And we can also keep the all corners and again corners without damaging while we are transporting one place to another place. And this is another venture. It is potting machines, fiber pots, garden articles with the help of heat and hydraulic press with the rubber latex. So it is also, we can say 100% natural product, and it will degradable also. So within the time limit, let me control and conclude. Thank you very much. And what is it? This is the one.
Thank you.
So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Radhakrishnan, for your beautiful presentation. It has been not only enlightening, but very informative about the different types of derivatives and commodities that can come from the coconut product and the processes and the opportunities that are there. It's just a matter of uptaking them. Thank you very much for your presentation. Well done. It is at this point that I would like to say to the donors and partners, especially the European Union, the CARIFORUM Directorate, the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, the Caribbean Agricultural Research Development Institute, and important partners, in particular the International Coconut Community, for facilitating this Alliance for Action webinar to support the coconut industries. Special thanks I should really give to Mr. Chetiya Dharmadasa, Mr. Mahendran and Radhakrishnan. Also to Jelfina, thank you very much for your introduction. And William from the ITC, I really do appreciate your help and your input into making this a successful webinar presentation. Some housekeeping matters I would like to also bring to the table. For instance, on the 2nd of November, there'll be a technical session on the same issue, on the same important topic. The slides will be shared to all participants. The videos will also be loaded onto the platform for ITC and CARDI, and that will include the YouTube platform where you can see all of these wonderful videos where you can go back and have a review. And now we have questions and answers that the audience can pose to the panelists. So I invite the floor. I invite persons to pose their questions in the forum, and they will be directed to the identified presenter. Please put in the question who you would like the question to go to, so that it can be directed to that individual. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay.
Brian.
Okay, so I have a question for the last two speakers. Okay, so can you please explain how small producers can set up a core cottage industry? That will go to Mr. Mahendran and Mr. Radhakrishnan.
Pardon me, sir. Please repeat the question.
How can you explain how small producers can set up a core cottage industry?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, sir. Definitely, the coir industry is ranging from, in India concern, $1 to $5,000 million. That is the range of industry. As I said earlier, we can start 1 kg of fiber. We can convert it into 2-ply yarn for tying purpose. So we need not that much investment. It is a household cottage industry. The definition of coir industry, it is export-oriented, labor-oriented cottage industry, because that much labor force we needed. Not yet that type of sophisticated machineries yet. But by hand, there are several frame mats you can utilize. Without any electricity, without much investment, even one hut veranda, one small room or any courtyard, or even roadside also, if permissible, to the rules and regulations of the country. So they can start that's why we are also inviting the tourism villages. The tourists, the visitors can also cooperate with this type of manufacturing process. So definitely, sir, definitely, Brianly, sir, we can start any kind of small invested units with the coir and coir husk. At least one cocoa chips also, directly the coconut husk, we can make our own cycles and all for cutting small pieces for anthurium and orchid, other flowers thing, because it can hold 1:8 ratio of water. So that type of $1, $2, as it is, we can pick and give to the others. So definitely we can start cottage industry. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And this goes to Mr. Mahendran. On the slide explaining the risks, can you elaborate further on the environmental issues?
Well, the risk involved is for the workers, because what we are using in Sri Lanka is very old ancient technology, which has not been changed. Of course, the advantage in that is that the husk is made into 3 raw materials: the bristle fiber, mattress fiber, and the Cocopeat. Now, in the modern machinery that we have been invented, the bristle fiber is not separatable. In other words, they're together and they are not able to be separated manually or by mechanical process. So the new machines that we are looking at does not properly separate the 2 fibers. Main fibers are the bristle fiber and the mattress fiber. Once they are not separated, they become one. I mean, in other words, it becomes a mixed fiber, or it is only used for making mattresses. So the hard fibers are obtained through that risky operation that we have in Sri Lanka. But then there is R&D going on to upgrade that so that it will be safe enough for workers to work on those machines.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mahendran. I'd like to ask Chetiya question. Is there any cost benefit analysis available on the production of the activated carbon with the coconut shell in order to find out the minimum production that is needed? In order to find out the minimum production that is needed to obtain a return on the investment. I'm asking since the volume of coconut shell we may have is small in small islands such as St. Lucia may not be relatively high compared to bigger countries. The raw material is only dry nuts or green nuts. Are they also used?
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Ryan. Actually, same as Mr. Radhakrishnan explained, the coconut shell activated carbon business also, it's a we can begin from medium scale to large scale. But the issue is that in carbon business that we need to have some rotary or vertical kilns. So the spending amount is little bit bigger than the Coir business. So that is one issue that we have. But in different countries, it's different scale businesses are there. So it is possible to having that activated carbon business also from medium scale to large scale. And normally the hard part is in carbon business that we need to find out the raw material in cost-effective manner and the sales part. So because that all carbon products are used in different applications, and those applications are very much critical for different businesses. So that is the issue. So if the quality can be maintained, that activated carbon also can be begin from medium scale to large scale.
Okay, thanks very much. There's another question coming in from St. Lucia. This person is asking, they're interested in producing activated carbon. They would like to know how can they get these machines that were made mention in the slides not too long ago. Also, what is the least amount of shell that they should start with that would be cost effective? I think it's either
the second question, please. The second question, please.
So this is coming from St. Lucia. Verbatim, I'm interested in producing activated carbon. I would like to know how can I get these machines, and also what is the least amount of shells I should start with that will be cost effective. I'm not sure if this is directed to you or Mr.
Yes, it is related to activated carbon. Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So actually, the machinery is mainly produced by HAYCARB engineering teams. That I mean that HAYCARB machinery is developed by HAYCARB engineering team, but it's in the other factories that they are using kilns that produced by themselves, so they can hire engineering teams to get it done. That also possible. So only the issue is that initial cost is little bit higher. That if I can say that for one kiln it will require around 100,000 USDs to prepare the kiln, and the finding raw material is the second issue. So normally that to produce one activated carbon metric ton, 1 metric ton of activated carbon, it is required 2 metric ton of charcoal. 2 metric ton of charcoal is equal to 6 metric ton of shells. So that is the ratios are coming up. So if you can find out the shells, so if you have the resources to find out shells, then you can start the business as well.
Thanks a lot. I see Kamisha has her hand up. She would like to ask a question. Go ahead, Kamisha.
Greetings, everyone. I am from Dominica, the Commonwealth of Dominica in the West Indies. And for those of you who may not know, Dominica is located between two French islands, Martinique and Guadeloupe, and it is not to be mistaken for Dominican Republic. So we are usually mistaken for Dominican Republic, okay? So my name is Kamisha, and my surname is Dominic, and I own a small business producing coconut oil. And the shells come to me naturally because I buy the coconuts to make the oil. So I have started experimenting with activated carbon charcoal. I've already had a label, and I'm doing some research. And I'm new to this. I haven't had 3 months experience in processing it, but I'm currently producing it on a small scale. And from my research, I saw that taking activated carbon from coconut shell actually can help reduce the cytokine storm that comes on board for people who actually get the coronavirus. So I'm not sure about that. So that's one question. What knowledge do you have on that? And the other question is, in grounding the activated carbon, I wasn't able to get powder. So what grade of activated charcoal or carbon? The question is, what grade of activated charcoal is recommended for water purification to take internally and for air purification?
Yeah. Thank you, Ms. Kamisha, that you are forwarding these questions to me. And for first question is that related to COVID-19 virus, how it can be effective with activated carbon. I would say that activated carbon is used for face mask. So that's part actually I can say, because I do not have any proven method whether that activated carbon can be used to prevent COVID-19, but that for face mask, that activated carbon is used, and it says that viral filtration is around 99%. So I would say that for the first question. The second question for water filtration, HAYCARB has different grades for water filtration that you can go through our website www.haycarb.com, and you can find out different grades which you can use for filtration of water. And the air filtration also, different carbon products are available. So I would say that you can see that mesh size 8 by 30. 8 mean ASTM 8, number 8 mesh between ASTM number 13 mesh. CTC mean carbon tetrachloride activity method. It's coming around 60%, that it is better for water purification. So I think it is better that you can visit our website, then you can find out more detail on that.
Thank you very kind, Kamisha, and your response, Chetiya. There are some more questions coming along, but I guess this one, these two go hand in glove together. Can the shells from the green warhead nuts be used for activated charcoal, or only the shells from dry coconuts. Also, and this goes out to anyone, are the machineries made in your country? And do you manufacture these types of machineries, these tools for cottage industry, and the cost of such machineries to give an average range, basically?
I think that will be for Mr. Radhakrishnan. Mr. Radhakrishnan, yes.
Namaskar, sir. The machineries concern which I presented there. So we developed during the 4 decades, Central Fire Research Institute developed several machineries as well as systems, chemical, microbiologicals, everything. And we are also uploaded everything. So in this regard, without electricity, frame mats enough, it is actually within $500. Whereas we are using different kinds of motor electricity with the looms, it will start $5,000 onwards. And with the capacity of the machine and utilize the required power also. So depend upon the power, productivity, and product range. And by using whether it is full coconut husk, whether it is half portion or small segments or half peeled, there are different varieties of raw materials available here. So depends upon that variety and criteria, we are ranging from $5,000 to, otherwise we can also say 3 lakh, and a teeny machines available. If a decorticator, that mobile fiber extraction machine, it is hardly $200 to high level. Depends upon the power, whether it is 5 HP, whether it is connected to the tractor shaft or tiller shaft or any other resources of shafting method, because one shaft and one high rate of machine or HP motors, it can be counter shafted to different kinds of machineries. So one heavy motor is running, but we can change the what is the direction as well as the belt system for the pulley system for the particular machine, and different machines at a time can be run. Likewise, we can manufacture, it is indigenous from India. There are 600 machinery manufacturers are also taken our technology, as well as importing machines also there, because we can't shut down any technology. We have to upgrade the technology through research, as well as indigenous machinery manufacturers available in India, in different industrial portions, almost all machineries in India. You can also contact our Coir board website. We will arrange everything. You can also come, if any countryman as a consortium, you can also come to India, and because India also part of the business partner of different countries in this regard. So you can also come to India and meet our Secretary Coir board, Chairman, or now Mahendran A, the Minister also. So there is no question of any hidden things. You are also welcome. And the machinery manufacturers list also available at our head office, Coir board. You please write a letter to Secretary Coir board. You can also will get the machinery manufacturers. Otherwise, net service. Now we are in the net world, you know. So internet world. It will open if you are putting small or teeny or middle level productive Coir processing machineries in India. So several address and email response will come to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Radhakrishnan. Very nice, nicely put. I have room for one more question, and I'll pose this to the general panelists here. When conducting a cost-benefit analysis, are the costs of the various machines for processing the coconut shells into usable byproducts recoverable in a short space of time, or is it in the long term? can decide who's the best person to answer this one particular question before we wrap up.
Yes, Mr. Brian. For converting coconut shell into charcoal, we have a conventional method. It is mentioning in that video, but unfortunately that it was not played properly. But I think Mr. William has shared all the videos throughout all participants. So I think you can go. So I think you can go through the video. That it's very economical method and very cost benefit method that converting charcoal into converting shell into charcoal, that we call that environmental friendly pit method charcoaling system. So as well as that in HAYCARB that we have a patent manufacturing process that converting coconut shell into charcoal, and the waste gas is converted to electricity. That process also available in HAYCARB. But the initial cost is little bit higher than the conventional method.
Thanks a lot, Chet. That explanation is quite good. I'm sure the different participants value your input, and I hope that it will be updated into how we go forward in the Caribbean and how to set up going forward and utilizing this resource that some people see as waste. Anything that has been missed in this segment will be also covered in the second segment in the technical discussion, which is scheduled on the 2nd of November. So anyone that is interested in following up should attend on that particular day. Well, we have reached the end of this segment for the webinar, and I would like to again thank the donors and partners, especially the European Union, the CARIFORUM Directorate, the Organization of African, Caribbean, and Pacific States, and the Caribbean Agricultural Research and Development Institute, and important regional partners, in particular the international coconut community, for facilitating this Alliance for Action webinar to support the coconut industries here in the Caribbean and the wider region. Special thanks to Chetiya Dharmadasa, Mahendran, and Mr. Radhakrishnan. Sorry for not getting the names out correctly each and every time, but it's a cultural thing, so forgive me. I would also like to say thank you, Jelfina and William, for assisting in this webinar that's so important to us. Thank you, everyone, and I would like to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon in each individual territory for those tuning into this webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.